Hey, I'm Mariana Hewitt from Motomob. If you've ever wanted to know how to contour your nose, Tiffany Johnston, who's a senior makeup artist at MAC, is going to show us how up next.
Okay, so now I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to contour your nose. I get asked about this all the time. First and foremost, let me say, it's not an everyday occurrence. Not everybody needs to do this. But if you feel that you want a little added oomph to the center of your face, it's really simple to do. First of all, always remember a fluffy brush is going to be best. You want it to be relatively small so that it fits into the parts that you're contouring, so you don't want it to be too big, but if it's flat, you're actually applying your contour, and that's where things can get a little sticky. I'm going to use an eyeshadow. An eyeshadow tends to be best, and I'm just going to keep it in the very neutral color family. So the color I'm going to use is called Coquette by MAC. It's usually a brow color. It doesn't have any warmth to it whatsoever. I'm just getting a little bit of the shadow on the tip of the brush, and I always start in the front of the brow. So really lightly buff that shadow color into the front body of the brow. What this will do is give you a great starting point so that when you're contouring, you can actually see that the contour comes up and it's finished by the depth of the brow. Very carefully, keep adding that color until you see the depth that you want. Now here's where it starts to get tricky. This part's simple because that's the bridge of your nose. It already has its own natural definition. It's pulling that contour down the side of the nose that tends to be a little bit worrisome. So what I like to do is use an even smaller brush, still fluffy, and really lightly just trace that line, not necessarily on the side of the nose into the cheek, but coming down the side of the highlight. This should finish above the curve of the nostril and around the ball of the nose. What we're doing is we're giving an insinuation of a shadow. So if you can actually see a line or a shadow, you've probably gone a little too heavy. Use your finger to pat it out and press it into your foundation so that you can make it look a little bit more subtle. Take a little bit of what's remaining on your brush, go underneath the ball of your nose, and then very lightly take down the sides of the nostril. And with that, I would say I'm done.
And that's how you contour your nose. Head to MAC Cosmetics to get these products, and for more beauty tutorials, go to motomob.com.